Pascal Laguerre.
Okay,
2008.
2008. And this is the French version because I heard there's a remake and I heard it wasn't as good as this one. So I wanted to shock my little friend.
I was shocked. I was
moved. Were you moved? I think so.
I don't know if I was moved, but the gore was a lot, which I do like it, but I get like squeamish.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
So it definitely, like, it was good. Like, it didn't make me just think like, corny.
Yeah.
You know,
like
whatever.
Run of the mill.
It was just like,
film.
oh, like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of what.
They just did that.
What was the difference in that, as you just explained, from just a run of the mill? You know.
Like, okay, when I'm watching like Halloween which it's a great movie,
but you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So This was one you definitely.
This is like twists and turns.
So it's a psychological horror film.
Oh, definitely.
It did get me going. Okay, but was I moved? It didn't give me answers. So no.
Yeah, well, no.
I think I was upset in the end.
Yeah, but that's moving.
Yeah.
In a sense, right?
Yeah.
Because it really, it was, she escapes. She goes to an orphanage.
So she escapes. Where did they get her? Did we even...
Well, in the beginning, before the credits, they show her escaping and running, and then it said orphanage, and then they show her kind of cowering in the corner with other kids in the orphanage with the eye patch and bandaged.
So where did this society get her is what I'm saying. So before...
You never know.
Right. So there's so many things that this movie does not touch on.
But does it need to?
It doesn't. Because I think that's part... I think not only was he trying to write a film on visual pain, I think he was trying to upset his watchers as well.
For an effect. Mm-hmm. A good effect. Mm-hmm. Not for like just, splash and gore. But I mean, it was pretty rough.
He was trying to upset us. I think he purposely is upsetting people. That's the point of this movie. It's supposed to torment you, cause pain. I was squeamish.
Well done, then. And then it made you ponder a big question.
And then I'm upset. Now I'm never going to forget this movie because I want to fucking have the answers of what is their perception of life after death. The writer or Mademoiselle or not even Anna. I want to know what the fuck Anna thought. I think she was just tripping. I really think she was just tripping at the end.
Well, because they invoked so much pain on her. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, she would get her daily...
Like where it started to show the black, the darkness, and then the light, right? Mm. So, to me, that okay, because she was under the light, and she was looking up at the light.
You mean when they zoomed in on her...
Pupil, and then, yes, she was looking up at the light, right? And then it started to kind of get a little bit trippy, like just a little bit.
Yeah, started
little
going
things,
into...
right?
A beauty.
I think she was tripping. She was staring at the light for so long. She did check out because that's kind of what happens when you're on drugs. You could be staring at the fucking wall on shrooms, and all of a sudden you're seeing patterns and movement. You know, it's fucking breathing at one point. Well, so the light, it probably wasn't even. I think that they were trying to get her to go into like a heaven-like state, or like she was transcending above, but they were doing too much. That's not. You don't need that.
Well, I guess from them experimenting, and I don't know how many, they did say at the end, like, we did 27 girls and only 4 reached the state. And
was it 27?
Something like that. And then only 1 has talked, and this is Anna.
So she was the 4th one. There's only ever been 4, and she's
reached
the only
that state,
one.
Yeah. Others died. Or
she's still living. That was the thing. She was still alive, but after how many hours of communicating? 2 or something? Yeah,
she was in the state for 2.5 hours, I think he said. And then she communicated for a shorter amount of time, and then after that, she still lives, but is not communicating. I think that's what he said.
Which that is common for people who go through severe trauma. They'll go mute or something. Like,
yeah, they'll zone. I guess whatever, click out, something like that. But it's, I mean, I really like this movie because it's a good horror film, and then all of a sudden, the purpose is to invoke this transitional state into another dimension and to tell these. It's very interesting to me, And I think there are people out there that do that kind of stuff. And I don't know if in this way, but
right. And maybe she got answers that she's heard before, or it's like, Anna didn't die. So she kind of had a near-death experience. Even though she didn't die, she was almost there, right? But she came back.
I think
Mademoiselle didn't get the answer that she wanted because she didn't actually cross over.
Well, I think what they did is they tried to instill a near-death experience in a prolonged manner. And while you're in it, you can communicate instead of dying and then coming back and then relating it. It's not the same as if you're there and you could, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking about too, Anna didn't have scary visions or auditorial.
Like Lucy did. Because Lucy was subject to more torture.
All of them. Mademoiselle explained at one point that all of the victims see something. Either one or two monsters, right? Or no, she was saying like, what did Lucy see? And then Anna said, I don't think she said anything. She's like, not even a monster or two,
Right. The one girl saw cockroaches all the time.
Yes, the one that
tried to cut off her hand.
And so it's not reality, it's the torture becomes too much that you want to just fucking end it.
Right.
Which is what Lucy did too.
After she did her revenge thing.
But I don't think it would have gotten that far. I think Lucy would have eventually started to heal had Anna not betrayed her.
How did Anna betray her?
Because she started to doubt Lucy, and she started to feel empathetic towards these fucking dead-ass people.
Oh, and then the lady was still alive.
She came alive, right? And she wanted to help her. She wanted to fucking...
A natural reaction.
Well... If my homegirl told me all the shit that Lucy said, and I knew this was her intention, she was going to get back at her.
She didn't know that was her intention. She
did.
No, remember when they're on the phone, she goes, you were only supposed to scout to make sure that these are the people.
But she was going to, that's right, to make sure when she killed them, it's those people.
Yeah, but only in that mission, she was only supposed to scout and get back, and then they would plan something.
I'm sure. I'm sure, like, not in that conversation, but prior, like, this is 15 years this bitch plotted.
Well,
I don't know how many years it was until she saw the photo in the newspaper.
Or started plotting the revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been,
I mean, it probably was right away. Because imagine going through that, But, okay, so Anna started to feel bad. Lucy had nobody besides herself, the monster in her mind. Just said something terrible about her child. Lucy was tortured for how long?
Yeah, well, you don't know.
She's gonna want to fucking kill somebody. Let her fucking do it.
Well,
I would have been pissed off at Anna. I would have been pissed the fuck off at Anna.
But Anna was a good friend because once Lucy killed everybody, Anna fucking...
Have you been betrayed? Have you actually loved somebody so much and they fucked you over? Okay, not everyone can deal with that feeling very well. That's a lot of people get killed.
But that's where Anna's strength came in and her innocence too.
No.
It's like, let's clean this shit up.
Anna was never betrayed. Anna was just a follower. Yeah. She ended up being the strongest one in the end, but she was about to start taking care of the one lady that she found and probably fall in love with her too. She had some weird, I wouldn't even say it was a hero complex.
Well, both those kids were orphans, so they...
Right, so she wanted to show Lucia and then the new victim love. Because she could love them, she could fix these people,
Or just help them.
help them, right?
She was
There was
trying to
something,
help.
but she was so fucking sick in her own way. She never left. She never got help. She never called the cops.
She stayed there a long time.
So she wasn't well. She wasn't.
Good point. She got caught
She
up.
would have latched onto anybody.
Well, in that shocking moment when she discovered what her friend did, it was like she got caught up in this vortex of what was happening, and
That's where it's like, too, like, so you remain friends with this woman who said all these stories. You believed her enough all these years. Now you're seeing these people. I mean, I guess the fucked up part is they didn't find that room before all of it. You know, had they found that room,
if that would have changed the story a lot.
It would have changed a lot. So it's just basically these women just couldn't process things correctly.
Obviously.
Poor Lucia, though.
Well, Lucia had a good excuse.
Lucia had a very good excuse.
And she was gone. And there was no hope for her other than what she did. She died Roman, she killed herself.
And I would say, so something happened to Anna at her point in life, or at some point in her life, to where she was willing to put up with all this shit, because Lucia was abusive to Anna too.
Well, sure. But I think Anna understood where it was coming from. This poor little
But then she
waif.
fucking forgot all that when the bitch starts coughing after being shot in the bathtub. Like, all of a sudden, all that your friend went through is out the window.
Her humanity kicked in. Maybe her Catholic, because they were at a Catholic orphanage.
What humanity? Nuns. Because again, she didn't call the cops. She didn't do. Yeah. She went straight there.
Yeah. Like I said, that's a damn good friend.
She wasn't a good friend.
Oh, come on. She was a great friend. Hey. Look at the circumstances. She calls her friend, you're only supposed to scout. Well, I did what I had to do. So she rushes over there, sees all these...
But it's because you have to rewatch that scene, because I got the impression that she said you're only supposed to scout so that way when you kill them, you know for sure it's them before you kill them.
Right.
But she was saying, I had to do it, or whatever.
Because
I don't know.
Them.
Because it's them.
And
because
she
knew.
Newspaper clipping.
She knew. So Lucia was trying to stress, she knew. That's why she did it. But there was the kids. Did the kids know? We'll never really know that. But how don't you know?
Well, yeah, in that kind of environment with those people that show up and...
Remember when we heard the woman who was doing the feedings?
Yes.
We heard her scream when she was all the way down in there. She goes down in there and she screams. The guy heard her. What happened? I forgot her name. Gabrielle? No, it wasn't Gabrielle. Gabrielle was the mother.
Towards the end, you're talking about. Because...
Yes.
Anna got in the state they wanted, and as she was feeding her, she realized, oh shit, let's talk to her now, because she's in the state we want her, and she's transcending or whatever. That's why she screamed, because it was like, oh.
Yeah. Which, it too reminded me of just this state of shock, when people go into shock and you're just...
Yeah.
Blank.
But shock, you usually don't communicate, I don't think.
Well, no, because it wasn't until after she came out of that state. She was transcended for an hour or something.
2 hours. Something.
No, the communication was 2 hours. I'm pretty sure.
Something like that.
Look it up.
I think the communication was short, but she was transcended for a while, and then she talked briefly, and then